everyone, and welcome into an update for Matt's Sports Talk. And I just wanted to take a couple of minutes. Let me adjust my camera real quick. That should work a little bit better. So there's not as much headroom. That'll work. So I wanted to take a couple of minutes and but preview season 2 of Matt's Sports Talk. So if you've been with me here on my YouTube channel ever since the middle of January, when I started doing daily game recaps of just the Crossroads League schools, both the men and the women, then you'll know that at the end of March I had mentioned that I would still be doing season 2 coming up here in November. Once we get into the Crossroads League play only, recapping games from all 10 Crossroads League schools for both the men and the women. And I still plan on doing that, as well as once we get into March for the NAIA National Tournament, still doing the daily recaps of that tournament with just the Crossroads League schools only that make the national tournament, both for the men and the women, as well as doing filling out another bracket, I should say, and then showing that to you after each individual round, giving you an update on my, the teams that I picked, how well I'm doing in my bracket after each and every round, that sort of thing. And also, once the selection show happens, which typically is the first week of March, recording a video, before that, I should say, doing a video probably a couple days before the selection show, talking about the latest ARC and RPI rankings from teams that for sure will be in the national tournament, as well, not just in the Crossroads League, but across the country, as well as some bubble teams that may get in, may not get in. I plan on doing that, as well as once we have a selection show, talking about the teams that made the national tournament with the full roster and the season statistics, that sort of thing, to just do a little bit more homework. I still plan on doing that, but that won't be until early next March, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. I did want to take a minute in this video to give you a little bit of a preview for what's going to be coming up as we head into season 2 of Matt's Sports Talk. Now, I still plan on utilizing my Spotify for Creators podcast website to talk about at the very end of each season, talking about the leaders for each and every team, offense and defense, and that sort of thing. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. You can find me actually on that platform. If you search Matt's Sports Talk in the search bar, you'll see my name, and there's a picture of a basketball next to it, and that is me. So make sure that you click on that, follow me on there, so you're first to be notified whenever I upload new shows on there. And if I end up doing any player or coach interviews, I will be uploading that as well on that website. So again, make sure that you follow me there as well. And so I did want to take a couple of minutes and talk about this video, and I think my headroom's a little bit off, so I'm going to try and adjust that on my phone. Yeah, that's a little bit better. So I did want to take a minute to give you a preview in this video about what's going to be taking place in season 2 of Matt's Sports Talk, and once all 10 Crossroads League schools finalize their season schedules as well as their rosters, that I'm not going to be talking about each individual team's schedule in my official season preview of 2025/2026, but I will be looking at each team's roster and then recording an official season preview of where I think all 10 teams will be projected to finish, at least giving you my thoughts and predictions on that based on all 10 teams returning players, as well as any new players, whether they're freshmen or even transfers. So make sure that you stay tuned for that, and that should be coming your way no later than the end of September, because some teams don't finalize all their rosters until toward the end of September. So for sure, by the end of September, I will be giving my official season previews for all 10 Crossroads schools for both the men and the women. and that will officially begin season 2 of Matt's Sports Talk, where I'll be titling those season 2 Matt Sports Talk season 2 Crossroads League preview or CL previews, MBB CL preview, WBB, of course that W and BB and MBB stands for men and the women, and CL stands for the Crossroads League. So that you'll be able to find my videos based on that title. So again, make sure that you stay tuned for that. Now, I do want to mention real quick, I'm just giving you kind of a brief overview of teams and maybe, at least for what I know so far in terms of, players transferring. And I know Indiana Wesleyan, of course, again, I'm not trying to be biased toward any team, but Indiana Wesleyan, of course, I'm a huge fan of the Wildcats, and so I'm really, really excited for this upcoming season, especially if we landed any transfers. That would be absolutely awesome if that ends up being the case. But I'm really, really looking forward to that. And of course, if you're brand new to my channel, all 10 Crossroads schools, everybody's based in the state of Indiana except 2 Crossroads League schools, and the only exceptions to that is Mount Vernon Nazarene in Mount Vernon, Ohio, and Spring Arbor University in Spring Arbor, Michigan. Of course, Spring Arbor is in Michigan, Mount Vernon Nazarene in Ohio, and outside of those 2 schools, all the other Crossroads League schools are in the state of Indiana, with Goshen College in Goshen, Indiana, Bethel University in Mishawaka, Indiana, Grace College in Winona Lake, Indiana, University of St. Francis in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and then Huntington University in Huntington, Indiana, Marian University in Indianapolis, Indiana, and Indiana Wesleyan University in Marion, Indiana. So that is all 10 Crossroads League schools, or not all 10, I did miss one. The other Crossroads school in Indiana is in Upland, Indiana, where the Taylor University Trojans are located. And that is all 10 Crossroads League schools. So again, if you're brand new to my channel, that's the full listing of these schools. And again, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, I'll be officially kicking off season 2 of Matt Sports Talk no later than the end of September, once all 10 Crossroads League schools for both the men and the women have their rosters finalized. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. I did want to record this video giving you a brief update for season 2 of what to expect here on Matt Sports Talk. And again, I'll be doing all of that here on YouTube with the daily game recaps, as well as the official season previews coming up here in just a couple of months. And then, of course, all the national tournament videos. And again, I'll be doing all that here on my YouTube channel, so make sure that you subscribe. And then, of course, I'll be doing after season episodes on my Spotify for Creators podcast website. That's just going to be utilized to talk about the season statistics for each and every team, the team leaders for all 10 Crossroads schools, as well as any player or coaches interviews that will strictly be on my Spotify for Creators podcast website. You can find me there at Matt Sports Talk. There's a picture of an orange basketball next to my name, and you follow me on there so you're notified whenever I upload new episodes. And if you did enjoy this video, please either like, comment down below, or subscribe to my channel. Any one of those 3 options helps me out greatly, and I truly appreciate any feedback that you provide me. I hope you've had a great start to your summer so far. And again, summer's going to go by quick, and before we know it, we're going to be into the thick of basketball season coming up here in just a few short months. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. God bless, and have a great remainder of your summer.